Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Marcella, you can call me Sela. I'm from Economic Education, Universitas Negeri Padang. So I want to explain about material Introduction to Development Economics. Okay, from the point of view, economic development meant is usually defined as effort to achieve a sustainable per capita income great rest so that the state can generate output that is further that the population growth rate. However, along with the development on the times economic development began to define in relations to effort to reduce of eliminate poverty, inequality and unemployment in the concept of the an increasing developing economics. This is not without reasons as a number of developing countries have achieved relative high rates of growth in per capita income, but at the same time have shown little or an improvement or even are citing the decrease in the rates of employment, inequality and real income. There is a clear difference between economics growth and development. Conceptually, economic growth refers to an increase in GDP as an whole. On the other hand, economic development is an effort made to improve people's lives. To discuss the two differences above, I overview the two most basic things. I will try to explain it together. Listen on. First, the conceptual difference based on a write from the old blog ruangguru.com. The concept of economic development refers to the normative value that apply to individuals. It can be interpreted that economic development has an impact of persons' life and some things to do with the value in the individuals. Meanwhile, the concept of economic growth has a narrow meaning compared to economic development. In the concept of economic growth, the main focus is only on value rate to finance. From explained in inflation rate, stock and price. Community welfare can be achieved through economic development. On the other hand, economic growth is an increase in marketing value of the goods service that adjustment to the inflations the rate generations by economic activity from time to time. Difference in terms of educations that are four main indicators to distinguish these two, including increase in GDP, total population and GDP, progress in science and technology and GDP, public welfare and GDP. To discuss this for education, there is the explanation account cover one increase the GDP. Economics development focus only in increasing GDP. Meanwhile, in economic growth that does not impose GDP. 2. Total population and GDP economic development is closely related to inflation. Therefore, economic development always pay attention to the percent increase in GDP with the increased populations. Economic growth is the upside. In economic growth, it does not pay attention to these percents. 3. The progress of science and technology with GDP, the constructions of new transportation mode, namely LRT and MRT, which were built in Jabodetabek, Jakarta, Bogor, Depok, Bekasi, is an economic development. The reason is simple. Economic development always refers to change and advance in science and technology, while economic growth does not pay attention to progress in science and technology. For community welfare with GDP, economic development always pay attention to whether that raising GDP is followed by the increase the people's welfare. Meanwhile, economic growth does not impede the relationship between GDP and the people's welfare. A simple explain is the price or LRT and MRT ticket but are including in economic growth to determine the price of goods and service. Of course, the inflation that occurring must also be taken into account is that the productions unit not experience losses. Even though developing nations have very different background in the term of research, history, demography, religions, and politics, they still share a few common characteristics. Today we will go over 6 common characteristics of development economics. This one, low per capita real income. Low per capita real income is one of the most defined character of developing economics. They suffer from low per capita real income level, which is result the low saving and low investment. It means the average person dies in enough money to invest, save money that spend what over that make, thus increase a silent poverty that most on the population struggle to escape. The percent of people in absolute poverty is high in developing country. 2. High population growth rate. Another common characteristic of developing country that is that either have high population growth rate or lack populations over. This is because of lack of family planning options, lack of sex education, and above the more children could result in hard higher labor force on the family to earn income. That increase in resign decide could be because of higher birth rates and reduced death rate through improved health care. 3. High rates on employment in rural area. Employment suffers from like sensational variations. However, employment is a more explained problem. The querying policy beyond traditional fixes. 4. Dependence on primary second. Almost percent of the low-income country is rural based as income left is rise the structural of demand change which lead to a rise in the manufacturing sector and then the service sector. 5. Depends on expense of primary commodities such a significant portions of output organized from the primary sector, like population of export is also from the primary sector. For example, copper account for the 2/3 of Zambia export. This time we will discuss the factor or affect economic growth. However, before discussing it, there is important information that there are 2 components that serve as indicator for calculating in the rate of economic growth, namely the growth rate of the gross domestic product and the growth of the net national product. Next, we will discuss several factors that prompt economic growth. In general, these factors are divided into 2, namely economic factor and non-economic factor. A. Economic growth factor. This one, natural resources are the main factor that must be present in economic good. Natural potential will make it easier for the government and society to create a new breakthrough to increase productions. The source or place of gathering of natural wealth is in the soils. Well, the percent of the land will be a source of natural resource that can be used material for productions. We can imagine that when a country lacks natural resource, the productivity of productions will decrease and the will affect economic conditions. But what is most important that is the effort of make use of this available natural resource. Many countries have not been able to maximum the use of this natural resource. In the end, money are invest have many research, but the research are not comparable. Therefore, the amount of natural research must be balanced with maximum utilizations as well. 2. Capital willingness. The second factor that is now important is the willingness of come where capital be come off of the transaction sold in the alt activity. With like or with a capital of parties will be easy and small incurring and their activity, there will be not difficult in developing productions will the aim of obtaining maximum result. There are several ways that can be used for the party concerned, which are be from your own pocket or pocket. It can be from loans from financial institutions, but banks and non-banks, and it can be a gift for other parties for a segment of something else. And it cannot be denied that the exchange of capital very much needed in all form of economic activity. Okay. However, this is one important note where the allocations of foundations or capital must remain target, not just buying and selling. We saw a good basics because it will be a loss of there is a lot of capital, but the utilization is not options. 3. Organization is one of the factor of economic growth because the existence of the organization is very important in regulations the course of an economic activity. The organization because of the place wherein facilitations or parties have the same goal, that essence of an organization become the stem stone to achieve a goals and the economic. For example, the World Oil Organization or OPEC, which is a gathering place for oil productions country, where they will discuss all forms related to the supply and trade of oil. We can imagine that the world oil stock will be in trouble when the organization does not exist, because one party will inevitably compete and get profit. More often than not, wrong methods are also used. For advance is science and technology progress is an aspect that become an agent of change in all fields. Especially in the economics, the progress of science and technology areas due to the emphasis on the parties who do not get to maximum benefit from the productions of there are requirement error in the production process. So it is from the problem that the creativity and innovation created by each party arises. So when the one to find a problem solution, a problem based that good adjustment knowledge can be used to find effort kitting process and so on. Like with technology, its advantage mean is make it easier for productions for participants currents in productions, while they can work or multiplying productivity. With a combination of the two expand, economic growth will be obtained by the productivity and creativity and progress. 5. Defining a labor and stage of productions. One of the factors that no all countries are able to implement is the divisions of labor and scale of productions. Divisions of labor must be implemented in company organizations, we can imagine that when an individual is placed in positions that is accordance with the expected have. This will foster productivity, be factor in his work. Uh, when placed in positions that is not accordance with the hair expense, they will hamper the rate of production productivity and will just inefficiencies in addition to scale of production goal also determine economic growth where productions must always be increased and even expand because along with the progress of the era of innovations and never it needs to be done for the reason the scale of production is one of the concepts that must be done by all parties for economic growth. B. Non-economic factor. One, human research are one of the important factors that must be present in the economy because basically human become exutoring of all forms of economic activity. Production will not run without the skill of human. Advance in technology and science will be of no use when no human is able to make good use of it. It should be remembered that what is most important is economic growth is not the number or quantity or human being, but the most important thing is the quality processing by each individual. Besides that, the quality they have is able to increase the national income. Two, social and cultural condition. Social cultural is also a determining factor in economic growth. There's to expect have and including young people who are stronger in the world of economic good socioculture will direct individuals to good things and available bad things such as corruption, wasteful egoism, and other. 3. Political situation. The political condition of country is able to influence exciting economic growth where political conditions are stable and good will prove of compare of individual and support performance in productions. This individual be free the innovate and developing all their professions freely so that economic growth will be achieved. This is the information regarding the factor that affect of the economic growth of a country, where is in general these factors are defined into two, namely economics and non-economics factor, where the how growth independence and synergy. So with this factor, the economy can get better and better. A brief history of economic growth theory. Economic growth is an important part of economic theory and one of the most significant problems that economics try to explain is the difference in the growth rate of country. Economic progress has been discussed since the day of the Pisocrates and Adam Smith in his book World of Nations. Adam Smith mentioned economic growth as an increase in capital. David Ricardo in the theory of comparative advance emphasized the benefit of trade and its role in economic expansion. Many economists agree that difference in economic growth between countries have been created during the 18th and 20th. Madison 2001 estimate that the statistic of world country will go back 1,000 years. In his the world economy historical statistic, he mentioned the fact that income divergence between countries occurred during the 1A. Adam Smith, economics and philosopher, born in Kidscalder, a small fishing village near Edinburgh, Scotland. He studied first at Glasgow, then the Oxford, which compared with Glasgow, the center of the Southeast England, was an education desert of 6 years of self-education at Oxford. Smith returned to Scotland and became professor of Glasgow in. He took up the chair of moral philosophy the following years and published the theory of moral sentiments, where he introduced his idea that men are often led by an invisible hand without knowing it, without intending it. Advance the interests of the society, Adam Smith saw that an economy will grow and develop if there is an increase in population, which will explain the market and cause the emergence of specializations will increase work productivity and encouraging technology all progress to economic growth. Thomas R. Malthus, English economics, he student at Cambridge and was ordained in. He published Annoying Osley, his essay on the principle of population, argued that the number of people has a natural tendency to increase faster than food supply, and that efforts should be made to cut the birth rate, either by self-restraint or birth control, a view which later was Delenn Misgrave under the name of Malthus. Become professor of political economy in the East India College as early Burley, principle of political economic and other work. David Ricardo, English economic and politician born in London. He set up in business as a young man and by handmade fortune. Principle of political economic and taxations. In he became a member of parliament and was influential in the free trade movement despite his own considerable practical experience. Ricardo writing are abstract and frequency difficult. His law of rent was probably his most notable and influential discovery. The capital and labor applied to it, hence differential rent. This principle was also noted at about the same time by Malthus and others. If Adam Smith argued as about then David Ricardo is the opposite. He argued that to length of population growth could lead to an abundance of labor. Abundance labor caused the wage received respectively to decrease, where the wage can only be used to finance the minimum of living, which is called a stationary state. Next, John Stuart Mill. Mill argued that these factors are important factors that cause the absence of economic development in Asia. In addition, the level of public knowledge will affect economic development because this level of knowledge will determine the level of industrial progress that can be achieved. Will regards economic development as a function of land, labor and capital. Increased welfare is only possible if land and capital are able to increase production faster than the labor force. 1. Control of population growth. Will believe in the theory put forward by Malthus that population restrictions are important to improve conditions of the working class so that they can enjoy the result of the technological progress and capital accumulation. 2. The rate of capital accumulations. According to Mill, the rate of capital accumulations dependent on two things, namely the amount of funds that can generate saving, and the strong tendency to save capital is the result of saving, and saving comes from saving current consumptions for the sake of consumption in the future. Next, Karl Marx. German economics and agitator, born in Third, he began studying law in Berlin, but turned later to philosophy. He became editor of but the paper of closed down by the other because its revolution are content. He met Friedrich Engels and with him published the Communist Manifesto. In Marx moved with his family to London in one labor with the financial support of English and British Museum, where he gathered much research material on the economy of Britain and other countries and made useful contributions to the analysis for the working of a market economy and property right. His magnum opus is Capital, thousands of pages. Marx completed only the first volume in his lifetime. Alfred Marshall, English economics, born in London, fellow and later professor of political economics at Cambridge, the dominant figure in the British economic in the time. Although he wrote infrequently, his teaching at Cambridge was a major source of influence on his foreign. He sought to express himself in the simplest language possible, adding the mathematical and quantitative material as appendix and the footnotes. Like Irving Fish, he wanted his work to be read and understood by business as well as by students or collectors. Marshall partial equilibrium analysis, the chief element of the method, was designed to be appropriate to a dynamic or biological view of economic life. His welfare economic was of central importance, since his decisions to take up economics originate in a moral purpose, and his general conclusion was the redistribution of income from rich to poor would increase total satisfactions. Principle of economic and industry and trade. Next, John Maynard Keynes. John Maynard Keynes, English Economic Journals and Finance, born in Cambridge, England. He studied at Eton and Cambridge, where he later lectured in economics. He acquired fame for his second book, The Economic Consequences of the Peace, where he warned against the huge reparations payment required of Germany after World War I. The Great Depressions inspired his to great work, a treatise in money, and the general theory of employment, interest, and money in a short view of Russia. the end of laissez-faire, he wrote Marxians, socialism and must always remain important to the historians of opinion. How a doctrine so illogical and so dual can have exercised too powerful and understand on the minds of men and throughout them the event of history. Next, Joseph A.S. Schumpeter. Schumpeter argues is capitalism, socialism, and democracy that is the never with no market and new produce entering the space. He is most known for knowing the pair creative discussions. Innovations replace exciting one that are rather absolute over time. Next, Sir Roy F. Harrod. Harrod's model identified two kinds of problems that could arise with growth rates. The first was the actual growth was determined by the rate of saving and that natural growth was determined by the growth of the labor force. There was the necessary reason for actual growth to equal natural growth, and therefore the economic had no inherent tendency to reach full employment. This problem results from Harrod's assumptions that the wage rate is fixed and that the economic must use labor and capital in the same proportions, but mass economics now believe that wage rates can fall when the labor force increase, although they disagree about how quickly. And virtual and mainstream economics agree that the ratio of labor and capital that business want to ask depend on wage rates and on the price of capital. Therefore, one of the main problems implied by Harrod's model does not appear to be of a problem after all. Next, F.C. Didamore. F.C. Didamore, a leading theorist of economics, grew and expert on comparative economic system at Emerson Hospital in Concord, Mass, where he had lived for many years. The cause was myelodysplastia, a bone marrow disorder, said the wife Carol Re Damore. At the time of the death, Mr. Damore was professor emeritus of economics at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Early, he was a developer of the Harrod-Damore model of economic growth, which predicts how much people must save and invest to keep an economic growth. He described the model, which was developed separately by Sir Roy V. Harrod of Oxford University. Essay in the Theory of Economic Growth. Next, Sir W. Arthus Lewis. The Lewis model describes a path whereby a developing economy can foster the growth of a new capitalist sector, which will employ a growing share the excess labor available from the subsistence sector. Over time, this capital sector can come to explain the substance sector, causing the overall economy to grow. Like all economics theory, the Lewis model relies on simplifying assumptions to make its argument clear. Therefore, the Lewis model will never be perfectly applicable to reality. Nevertheless, it has been whittled and used. The economics interest is how developing economics can escape from poverty and produce work. For example, many economics have used the Lewis model as a framework from explaining the extraordinary economic development that China has achieved in decades. Next, Robert M. Solow. Robert Solow was awarded the Nobel Prize for contributions to the theory of economic growth. His first major paper on growth was a contribution on the theory of growth, in that he presented a mathematical model of growth that was a version of the Harrod-Dammer growth model. C. Roy V. Harrod. The main difference between his model and the Harrod-Dammer model laying Solow's assumptions that wages could adjust to keep labor value employed at the windows when the Harrod-Dammer economic development problems. 1. Growth, poverty, and income distributions. 2. Population growth and economic development. 3. Unemployment and employment problems. 4. Urbanization and rural-urban migrations. 4. Education and health. Okay, 1. Growth, poverty, and income distributions. Growth, poverty, and income distributions are their variables that can explain a country's development performance. Economic growth is expected to reduce poverty and improve income distributions. It turned out that economic growth in several provinces in Indonesia has not always resulted in a decrease in the number of poor people and an improvement in income distributions. Before discussing future ways to know the meaning of growth, poverty, and income distributions. A. Growth economic development is a process that causes the per capita income of society to increase the long run. Okay, the definition contains their element, namely 1. Economic development as a process means continued change in which it already contains elements of its own power for new investment. 2. Effort to increase per capita income. 3. The increase in per capita income must be long-term. Economic growth requires 1. Food security, energy resistance, price stability, economic stability, and fiscal stimulus, conducive investment climate, investment development to support free sector competitions. Okay, B. Poverty is an enabler of a person to meet the minimum standard of living. In the poverty line is taken into considerations that inflations become the relevant variable. The inflation rate will shift the poverty line upward. Factors that contribute to poverty: 1. Level of education. 2. Growth rate and use, the mixed rate, income distributions, employment opportunity, inflation rate, tax and subsidy, inflations, allocation and quality of natural research, available of public facility. 11. Phase of technology and natural condition in area, work intents and motivation is worker. The concept of poverty can be defined into their, namely 1. Absolute poverty is a concept intended to determine a minimum level of income sufficient to meet physical needs. Absolute poverty is determined based on the inability to fulfill minimum basic needs such as food, clothing, health, housing, and education necessary to live and work. 2. Relative poverty is a measure of the gap in the income distributions. Relative poverty is a concept of poverty that is dynamic, so that poverty will always exist in developed country. Relative poverty is measured as a proportion of the average income level per capita. Minimum standards are set based on the living condition of a country at a particular time, and attention is focused on the poorest groups of the population. For example, 40% and population start by income or expenditure. 3. Structural poverty is poverty suspect to be a result of unfavorable structural condition of living condition culture. Poverty is caused by customary and cultural factor in a particular area that shackles a person to remain attends to poverty indications. C. Economic distributions. Income is the received money of or on money of a person or household during a certain period that are the source of household income, namely income from salary and wage, income from products result, and income from the government. Income distribution, it is unequal distribution of the result of a country development among its population. There are two main dimensions of distribution for analysis and quantitative data collections, namely distribution based on the amount of income is the ration of the amount of income received by various group of income recipients, and the classifications is based on the amount of income received. Next, functional distribution is the percent of the population whose income reaches a certain level of income or less. The distribution tends to explain that share of the total income received by each form of productions. 2. Urbanization and rural-urban migrations. Urbanization is the population from the village to the city. The unequal distribution of population between village and city, which increase the population from city to be very significant without being balanced with the number of jobs, public facility, using law enforcement officers, food supply, and so on. This is of course a problem that must be overcome and looking for a way out. Economic theory of rural-urban migration Tadaro models is a theory which explains the rural-urban migration is an economic already rational process of urban employment migration calculate or in present value the expand income from working in city or its equivalent and migrate if the expand income from working in city exceed the average income in rural area. Todaro models has four basic characteristics, namely 1. Migration conditions of economic conditions but consider physical aspect. 2. Decisions to migrate according to the difference between rural and urban works. 3. Employment in city is inversely related to the level of disturbance in the rural area. 4. The high employment rate in urban area is a result of the imbalance of the economic area in village and in urban area. 3. Employment and employment problems. Employment is term for people who do not work at all, are looking for work less than 2 days a week, or someone with is trying to get this job. Employment is general causes because the number of workforce or job seek is not proportional of the number of exciting jobs they are able to absorb it. With the increase in the employment rate in Indonesia, the value of people income has also decreased, meaning that the income is according to the level of people's purchasing power also being to decline. This is a problem of the delay in economic development in Indonesia. How can the employment rate be higher than the available jobs? The government has made various efforts to provide employment opportunity. The cause of the problem include the lack of income investment, strict policy from a number of development countries in accepting export from developing countries, and unfavorable investment climate, global market, various regulations, and bureaucracy that are less supportive of business development, and pressure on wage increase in the condition of business work, which is still slight. Next, many employment have gone out the business or have moved to other country because the increase in wage with the quality of work production is not comparable. This caused the employment rate to increase, coupled with the high level of graduates rank from SMK, diploma, even bachelors are widely available with the number of the job is the comparable. According to BPS data as of August, this number increases by 3%. So the open employment rate TPT also increased from 4.01% in February to 2020. Okay, for education and health. Education and health are fundamental development goals. Health is welfare, while education is essential for achieving establishing and valuable life, both of which are essential for shaping a broader human capacity, which is at the core of the meaning of development. Why is this education sector very important and a leading sector in the national development of a country, including for an autonomous region? 1. Education's outcomes have a major impact on improving the quality of human research or HR in a region or country. To the extent result of development in the education sector are from change in the mental attitude of the community. Improving health and education is an investment value for families to get out of the trap of a vicious cycle of poverty. Health and education are closely related to economic development. Health and education are investment made in the same individual. Better health capital can increase the return on investment in education because health is an important factor in sector attendance. Healthy children do better in school or can learn more efficiently. Tragedies that among school-age children also increase return on investment in education and health. Individuals are better able to ask education productively at all time in their life. Okay, so my explanation is finished and sorry for our mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and see you guys.